Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I'm glad you're here. So, doing some more prep for Dephemerember. I am going to work on this project for my bestie. So I'm going to send her a thing that I can put all of her scraps in it for Dephemerember. So if you don't know what Dephemerember is, you should definitely check out 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Hensel, because they kind of do this thing every December, and I have a whole playlist of what I did last year with it. They put out videos several days a week in December, and we kind of do prompts and things. Last year we did a journal. This year it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to kind of show you what I have so far. So they have this freebie. This one's just printed on some paper because that was my test. And then I had this piece of eco-dyed canvas that I printed on. Some of it didn't turn out as good. It interacted with the eco-dye that was on the thing already. But this one is going to work great, and we're going to utilize this. But I'm going to set this off to the side for now, because this is the first part of our project, or the first part of my project that I'm working on for her. So I picked this up at Goodwill for 99 cents. I think it was 99 cents. It might have been $2, but regardless, this is what it was. It's a photo like memory box thing. It did not look like this. It had like very kitschy country kind of thing, Christmassy on it. And I was like, well, this is kind of perfect for what's going on. I didn't hate the color. This holds all of these little things in place. So I just went ahead and started painting it. It did have two ties here, and I cut one of them off. I'm going to probably cut this other one off because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to leave them or not, but I've decided I want to put a different closure on this. So what I've been trying to do, and if you can tell, is turn this into making it look like a book. I have a bunch of these kind of book-like storage boxes. You've probably seen them. Like, I keep my washi in a bunch of them. I'll show you one here really quick. And that's kind of what I was looking for, but I didn't want to have to pay like a big, huge price. So this is one of my washi boxes, and I love them, and they're great, and they have a fantastic spine. So I thought that's kind of what I was looking for. I couldn't find that. So next best thing, make it our own. So what I did with this, I gave it a quick little sanding just to kind of take down some of the shine. And then I used some gesso on it. So I started with clear gesso, and then I was like, oh, that was not the best idea. So then I did another layer of white gesso. Then I covered it with, well, I started with this distress paint, and it was just not giving me a good enough coverage. You could still see the design through. So I put a coat of this satin acrylic in aqua. This is just cheap acrylic paint from not Hobby Lobby. Absolutely not Hobby Lobby. Michael's. This is from Michael's. And then I did a coat of the distress paint over top. I may have done 2 coats in places. Then in the inside and the edges, I did the same thing, but I used a black metallic and then a silver metallic because I wanted to kind of look like those kind of, what are they called? The foil leaf edge pages. So I decided to go with silver because it kind of goes with the colors that I was picking for her, because she, as of yet, does not know what color she's getting. So if you're watching this, Jessica, your package will be in the mail shortly. So I want to try and rock this out as fast as possible so I can get it in the mail, because I want this video to drop on Sunday, which is the 16th. But she might not get it for a day or two. So I might have to be like, oh, don't watch that just yet. Wait till you get your package, then you can watch it. So what are we going to do? We're going to finish distressing this, getting this box ready to go, and then move along. So first off, I am going to take a little piece of sandpaper, and I am going to scuff up some edges because we are looking a little too neat and tidy here, and I'm going to fix that. So these are just some little scraps of sandpaper in random kits that my son has gotten for craft projects, and I just save them. So I am just going to scuff up our edges a little bit and maybe some spots here and there on the sides, like give a couple little worn spots here, maybe kind of do some of this, because I'm thinking I might do kind of like a really quick little wash over, maybe some splattering, but definitely going to hit those edges a little bit, and corners, because that's where books kind of start to wear. I'm on the fence on whether I want to actually add some metal book corners onto this, because I do have some of this. We'll see how it goes as we go here, because I'm gonna do some paint distress too, but I kind of wanted to do two, and plus it had some weird little sharp spots that showed up, so I'm hoping this will knock those back a little bit. I used to have a really nice foam sanding block, and oh, I just found it, but we start here. I'm gonna use this one. I actually really like this one, so it's a lot easier on my hand. Okay, I think that is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm just going to make sure all of that is cleaned up before we do some distress paint. So, I don't know if you have one of these little friends, but I absolutely love them. And so I'm going to start with doing this next process on the back, because if I make a mistake, it's easier to cover up. So I'm going to start with this dauber of, this is Distress Paint Walnut Stain. I want to get a wet wipe handy just in case that I'm not a fan or I need to wipe something. Just trying to be prepared, because sometimes I get a bit messy. And these are a little dried out, so I'm going to give that a little spritz. I did shake the dauber up quite a bit, so let's hope it's ready to go here. All right, so we have Walnut Stain dauber, and I need to prep the dauber part. Okay, let's just do it to it. So I'm gonna put it like this, because with these daubers, it says you're supposed to just dab. And then, let's go ahead. Yes, that is exactly what I was looking for. That is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we are gonna keep doing that. So I'm just going to go along here. So I'm dabbing, and then I'm going to give it a quick little, and this is just a slightly damp. Wet wipe. And I'm going to take the dry side here and there. See, that one didn't, I shouldn't have wiped that one as much. I wonder. Okay, well, we'll do it again. If we don't like it, we layer it up, and it's fine. Maybe our finger, too much, not enough. Fix that. Okay. I like it. I like it. Okay. Also, we're probably going to get some interesting stuff here too, because since it's distress paints, we're going to have some interesting kind of things happening, I'm sure. So we're just gonna, oh yeah, giving it a little bit of patina here and there. Loving it. Okay, next side. So this is what I'm going to carry on doing. So I think I'll just fast forward through this bit for you guys. Okay, there we go. I think that is good. I like it. This may not be everybody's style, and that's okay. Then just do what you like to do. I could use black, I could have used gray, I could have used some other things. I just think it goes well with the colors since we have some tan happening here. And now we're gonna work on our closure. I might have to look and find some ribbon or something too, because I want to put like a little tab closure here so it almost looks like it's, you know, a book clasp like you could find on old books. But first, let's take a peek at what we're going to do on the spine, because also I'm going to have to set this aside to dry so it's not going to stick to anything while I'm moving forward. So I can at least start with that. So on our spine, I am thinking about putting this Dephemerember right here, like that. I think that's going to be the best, but I needed to see how big it needs to be and if I want it to go all the way around or not. So I think first what I'm going to do is just cut it out and then see where that hits and then go from there. Because sometimes you don't know until you get a good visual of something, at least in my case. I'm going to give myself a little leeway and kind of cut in between these two and see what it looks like. Okay, so do I want it to go this way? I think I do want it this way. Going down. It's hard to know sometimes which way is the best. You know what I mean? Okay, so... all right, let's cut this bit off next. All right, where though? But where? At the white bit? Or am I going to go shorter? How much do I want to put on here? Then I'm also thinking that I just want it on the spine. So maybe just cut out this bit, or maybe just Dephemerember. So I think I want to do it this way. So then that way, if the box is down, it will be, the words will be upside right. And if it goes on a bookshelf, if she wants to put it on a bookshelf like a book, it would also kind of look correct. So I think what I'm going to do to start with, because I don't think I want that to go all the way around there. So I think what I'm going to do is cut around that, and then we'll see. Maybe I will put something else on the background of it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, I actually really like that. I do. Do I even want to put anything on it? Let's ink the edges and then see where we go. Make sure we put this the right way if we want to look at it again. Okay, that I like that better. I still feel like it needs something. Okay, let me pause, do some thinking, and find some supplies, and we'll keep moving on here. This is still drying. I think I have our next plan. Maybe. We'll see. So, I found this vintage trim, this lace, which I think will look really nice on here. But this, I feel like, is a little bit too big. So I'm thinking I'm going to trim it down a little bit and see where it goes. So let's try that. Now let's just have a look and see. Okay, I do like that better, but I think I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Do a little like highlighting kind of bit. Okay, that I do like better already. Okay. So let's just start getting this down, because I think that's what we need to do. Sometimes you just gotta move forward, see what shakes out. Do I want it to go all the way to the end or be framed in there slightly, or go around the edge? No, let's just cut it about right here. Okay. And we're gonna make that end a little tatty. This is a piece of vintage lace that I've had for quite a while. But we do not want these to look like they are all nice and even. And I might even pick at some of these here and there. It's a little too even. We're gonna make it less so. And let's just start getting this down. Let's just do it. Is there a top or a bottom? I think this is the top side. All right, so I'm gonna use some Fabric Fusion. That's what I have at the moment. Takes a little bit longer to dry. But it is a really good adhesive. All right, so that is on there to start with. Now, do I want to add anything else on here before we put our next layer on? So we're gonna do snacks and stash here. And then we're gonna slightly, oh, do I like that better? Hold on. Oh, I kind of like that. You know what? I like that better. I do. I think I'm gonna leave that. I feel like it needs one more little element though. Maybe, let me see. Let me have a look quick and see if I have one more little layer that might work with this. I have this, and now I wonder, let's see. Okay, let's just have a little look-see here. See what this looks like on top. Oh, that's kind of pretty. So then what if we did this or this? Okay, let's do that. I'm going to glue this onto this and then trim it. This is going to be a little tricky, but I think we can do it. So let's put our glue on here. Because I always like to make things ever so difficult for ourselves. So then let's grab this scrap so we don't go put this directly onto our desk, because of course. That there. Okay, I do like that. So let's go ahead and trim that a little bit. Lovely. Okay, I'm loving this so far. We're doing great, friends. We're doing great. All right, this has kind of got like a weird little foot. The rest of this, I don't mind how it's cut. I think that's nice. So, do we want to add anything behind that now? I am undecided. So I have some other little bits and pieces that I kind of grabbed just in case. I have this yarn, which I think I'm going to use on some of it, but I have an idea that I want to try. So let's try it a little. So I'm going to pull this open a bit in some places, maybe I'll just unwind it or not. Okay, I love that. That is super cute. Now we have to replicate some of those like elements as we carry on. So the stacks and stash, do we want to put that here? We could, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to leave the top part blank. That way she can add something onto it. I just wanted to have something fun on there. And now we're going to work on the closure. So next, I need to figure out how or what I'm layering on that edge. And since we have this left, we're going to use some of this, but we're also going to maybe use a little bit of that pink as well for our tie. And I think what I'm going to do is be careful as that is drying. So I'm going to, I want to put it up on end, but that's going to be difficult. So let's get our magnet in here maybe first, and then we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this lined up here and kind of centered as much as I can. And then I'm also going to have a tab that's going to come down from the top, and then we're going to have a magnet here. So what I can do is put my magnet on now, and then we're going to have to let things dry. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yes, because that'll be fine. So this can probably sit like this for a moment. This is going to get some of this good glue and a magnet. Let's fine. Oh. So putting, oh my goodness, come off, friends. Eep. I just need 2 of you guys. Just 2. Friends are coming to play. 1, 2. Okay, the rest of you friends, you can go away. You can come and play another day. All right, so then when we put them on later, we have to make sure we choose the right direction. So this one is gonna go here. And I should have got that dot down some more. That's okay. Oh, you know what? Let's put it a little lower. Yes, that's a better idea anyway. Then this is going to get covered up with fabric and stuff anyway. What I'm going to do is magnet. So I put the magnet on the inside, the other one, and that'll just help keep that clamped in place. So that's a fun little trick that you can do because the magnets want to be together. They want to be besties. So they're going to mirror each other there, and you're not going to lose your other magnet. So little fun tip. So that's going to dry like there, and that should be fine. Now let's figure out what we're doing for our little tab up here as well. So do I want to have this come across? No, I don't. I just want to have a little something here. That's then going to have a spot where she could put another decorative element if she wanted, but then I need some of a pull tab down here. So I think I can cut this right there, and then we'll work on that bit while this other part is drying. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to come back to this tomorrow because I'm gonna have a lot of stuff in drying processes happening. So anywho, this is where we're at. So I want to put one of those canvas tabs on here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out this friend. And I don't know which one of these I'm using yet. So it's either that one or that one. And then we're going to add some stuff to it since it didn't print very good, but we still have some nice canvas we can use. That's got to dry, but we need to build one more piece that's going to cover that bit on that side. Oh, biscuits. I needed to put the magnet in there. Biscuits. Okay, well, I got to do that while it's still wet. So sugar beans. Okay. So if this is for that side, then that means that side. So this has to go here. In between these. This is gonna have to probably get some, I don't know. Oh, I'm glad I caught that. That would have been no good. Wow, I could have added another layer on. That wouldn't have been a huge deal, honestly. Okay, let's give this a quick press. And then it's probably gonna want to stick. Okay. Not completely centered, but it's fine. It'll be fine. I just need to make sure I put the magnet on the right way. I did. Okay. Magnet is good. It's the right direction. And now everything needs to dry and be friends. All right, so this is all dried overnight. This is looking good. And this is good. This is dry. We're gonna cover up this glue, so no worries. This piece is all dry, so this is gonna get glued here, okay? So while we are getting that sorted, next part is we need to cover up this bit. And so I want this lined up correctly. So what I'm gonna do now is, this is probably gonna fall open for the moment. I'm gonna take a piece of this lace and I want this to be lined up here pretty well. So with enough to fold into the inside as well. So I'm gonna cut this about here, I think. All right. And yeah, I think that'll work good. And then a piece of our ribbon over top of it as well. I want this one or this one. I think I want this one with the bigger flowers there. Is that long enough? It is. Let me trim this a little straighter on the edge. It'll be easier to get into that bottom bit. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to layer these up and then tuck that edge into the bottom down there and get that all glued up. So let's get these two glued together a little bit first, really quickly. All right, so another thing you can do with these, so you can put a piece of plastic in between to help things line up so they don't stick to each other. And then that way I can test and I can look and see, and am I a little off? Okay, I'm gonna have to, I think it's close enough. I wish it was over just a little bit, but that is where that wants to be. So maybe we can just cheat this way just a little bit. Make sure that is fine. Just gonna cheat it this way, a little tiny bit. Okay, that is good. All right. And then next, we're gonna move into the inside and get that edge wrapped around. Yeah, I think I will try and put a little clamp on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find another little piece of plastic. So I find that with these things, the plastic sheets that you get like stickers and stuff in work really well because it won't stick. The this fusion, fabric fusion, or I can't remember the name for the other kind, works really well to not stick to this stuff, so you can peel it off very carefully. I also have this little plastic bag, so I think I'm going to use this little plastic bag here. And that should be fine. And then I'm going to put a couple little clamps on it. So I got this little set of clamps, and I even have some smaller ones. I got them at Harbor Freight, and I think they work really, really well. So you can clamp them onto your edges of things like so. Okay, so that should be pretty good. So we have the back pretty well stuck down. Front is good. I did have one more thing I'm thinking about doing, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that until this is dry. So while this is drying, I'm going to show you guys what I'm putting inside it. All right, so here's the stash. Okay, so here is the stash that I'm going to be doing for her. And so we had rules, extra rules. So we needed 50 scraps, and then a color theme. So I picked the blue as the color family for the most part, and then a theme, and I picked birds. So yes, I know this isn't 3 inches, but the bird is. So I figured she could trim it down, because I decided to leave some of these a little bit big because I'm a rule breaker. So, and then this has little birdhouses across the top, but then just some nice scrap. This one has birds and the colors are perfect. This one has little birds there. This is a bird nest. Here are some birds. So these are kind of like, I don't know, extra fun things that I thought would go great with the whole thing that we have happening. So what else do we have? There's like a whole little, maybe I'll flip the pile upside down and go from biggest to littlest here. It might be easier, because then I'm going to put these into some cute little packages and stuff. So this is part of, a box from, I don't remember. It's a fancy box, but anyway, it's a piece of cardboard, but I thought it was pretty. It's just like we're using scraps and fun stuff, right? So you can see I have tried to find a lot of things that are in the color family. The blues. So we have some other little scraps here. So paper scraps, some of my painty papers. This is from stamps, like a stamp set. And then these little book pages that have birds on them. This one with this woman and birds in the tree. Then I have this little wood cut. This one I just thought was pretty. The colors went along really well. Same with the colors here. This is also, I thought, really fun. This kind of canvasy piece. We were sticking to smaller scraps, so that was a little bit more difficult, but I think I was creative in what I found and then how it would match with everything. Some music paper. This is some painty paper, like it's a leftover scrap from stuff. This also is from a jelly print. It's part of an envelope. There's some more fun little, so this could be either way. A bit of this little paper scrap, some crossword. Here's another little thing. This is napkin. Here's a pretty flower. So I have a very interesting cross section, a bit of masterboard, a little piece from my Rome book. This is from Mini Brands. A playing card, or a flash card, and then a couple little pieces of fabric there. And here's another one. And I know I'm over the 50. I'm aware of that. I did touch base with her and be like, hey, I'm gonna just be doing a little bit more because, and then I cut these up a little bit, but technically this would be within the 3 inches, but these were really cute little birdhouses, so I thought that was perfect for this whole scrap thing. And then I have a little bag of goodies here that I couldn't pass up. So definitely we have extra in her bundle. So this little fun bag, lots of blue in it. This is one of my little fold out journaling spots that looks like an envelope. So I threw one of those in. Because that was the other thing. She said nothing could be finished. Can't have any finished pieces, but technically I don't think that is. It's just some paper with a little bit of ink, right? So that doesn't count. I put a tassel in here, and Then this is from, it's not the best piece that I've made with the glue. So I have a mold that I can do these with. So it's like hot glue that you put into the mold, and it's a clock and some gears. Safety pin, a baby safety pin with this safety part on it. Okay, these were fun. These are like little metal bird feet. So I'm curious to see what she will do with those. The tiniest of books. These are from Mini Brands, and I ended up getting 2 doubles because I was out with my son and we were having a fun day. Paperclip, a little puzzle piece, a little domino, and then a couple little charms. So there's a stork. So it's the only bird charm that I could find, but I was like, hey, whatever. A little crown, and then a rose because that's special to her and I. And then a little blue clothespin, some random beads, this cute little paper clip that I got at Goodwill, and a bunch of stuff. So it was like a whole thing of these little paper clips that look like clothes hangers. So I thought that was fun. And then I found this cute little blue bird. So all in my little stashes of stuff. So that is all going to Bestie inside the box once we get it, once it's dry and finished. So there's only one, so I'm going to package these up. So these are going to get ready to go in there. I probably won't do that on screen because I need to figure out how I'm going to bundle them up and make them cute. And then I need to get her snacks to go into the box. And one more thing that I'm going to add to the box itself, which is I want to put an eyelet in it, so that there's a spot to put like a little book charm, book jewelry, whatever you want to call it. So there we go. So once that's dry, I'm going to come back and we're going to do some more. All right, so this is now mostly dry. So I'm going to pull these off and work on one more thing, and then glue that part on the top, and then we're pretty much good to go. It'll just have to dry. So this is the plastic. I'm going to leave that on there to kind of protect that for now. But here's what I'm going to do. I want to put an eyelet right up here, and I'm thinking that spot right there with that little hole is going to be center. So let's hope it is. Let's find out. It is pretty darn close to center. So I think it will be better to kind of put it right there. Now, this is going to be the bit that is going to be interesting. So I want to put it right here, but I have to measure from the inside because I have to hole punch it from the inside out because I have to use a hammer to get in there. So it may not be exactly centered, but we're gonna try. Oh, I know what I can do. I can use this, and that will give me the spot for my hole because it'll go through, and then I can punch it from the inside. I just need to make sure it's through enough. It's not through enough yet. So, come on, friend. And I want to do it gently because I don't want to tear the paint or cause problems. It's still not through. Okay. I have had quite the busy day today. I know that this is kind of happening over the course. Building this is over the course of several days. So, and the door's open. So the cat just came in and she is mad at me because I won't let her outside. She might hop up here. You guys might get to meet her. Yeah, she's very sad. Yeah, sad kitty. Saddest of cats. Okay, so we have our little hole. So this is going to be tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a hole in here. Then I'm going to set the eyelet. So I might kind of cut. Camera's going to shake. I know this. Oh, this is going to be tricky because I'm going to need to do it in here. But I'm not going to have a very good space for my hammer. which is interesting. I didn't think about that. But it is what it is, and this is what we have to do. Sometimes we make clever decisions, don't we? And I have to do it left-handed. You know what? I need my smaller hammer even. So that was a little bit more of a struggle than I had anticipated. So what I will tell you, if you are doing something like that in the future, just get a drill and drill a hole in it. Oh my gosh. So unfortunately, I can't show you what it looked like before I put this eyelet in here, because I went to just put it in and see how it would go, and it doesn't want to come out, because I'll show you on the other side what I did. So anyway, I used a drill and a drill bit, and I just drilled a hole. It was so much easier than trying to use my setter or anything like that, and it got in there just fine. So what I ended up doing, and I thought I had one of these to show you what I did. Here it is. Okay. So I don't know if you can see this. I think this is part of something used for putting on snaps or something, because the eyelet can't get through this. If you can see how thick that is, because it's this thickness and then another of that there. So it's very, very thick, and I don't have any eyelets that are that thick to go through. So I was like, okay, what can I do? So I put the eyelet on that side, and then I'm hoping you can kind of see that, but I put then this on top of it, and I just thought, okay, well, that's going well. Let me tap it in. And I was just going to dry fit it to see how it went. I can't get it back out easily, so without prying it out and maybe wrecking, deteriorating stuff some more. So this is in there now. So now what she could do with this is use like a toggle. So she could put a toggle in to make a basically a book chain or a charm or something like that, to, or even put like something with an eye through it in the inside. Basically, I wanted to give her a spot that can be fun, so that when this is sitting on a bookshelf, it has some book jewelry if she wanted to. If not, it just has an eyelet there. It's not going to hurt anything. And in the inside, of course, then it's kind of finished off there too. And this is not coming out because that is hammered in as well. So now plastic is still on here, so this can dry and not stick to anything. Now we're going to go ahead and put this friend on. And so I let that get lined up. So it's just the magnet is on there. And now we're going to just glue this on, and that is the final bit. Oh, of course, I bumped it. That is the final bit for this. Now, I know I could probably do a bunch more, add some stuff on here, but what I wanted to do was make it so that she can really make this her own. So she can make designs. She could put, if she's got like a picture or something that she wants to put on here, or leave it alone. Like it's going to be totally up to her, but I didn't want to overly decorate something that is one, not for me, and is for kind of this very creative space for Dephemerember. So that is kind of my goal and what I'm doing here. But this should be, I'm going to put some weight on this and let this dry overnight. That plastic is on that side to prevent it from sticking. And this, let's see, I might put a little bit more on here just because. So I just want it really on there. Well, there we go. So then this is all ready to go, and this, I'm going to give this time to dry, then I'm going to wrap it up and send it off. So then she will have her package for Dephemerember, and I got her some more snacks today when I was out and about, and so it's all ready to go. I'm going to show you one really quick trick to put weight on stuff, if I can reach it easily. Weights. I use bags of beans, peas, whatever. So I have a couple in here constantly to be used on whatever I need. And then in a pinch, you know, I can make some soup when I need to. Had these beans for a while, and they're still lasting pretty good, but you know, good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It might be rather long, I don't know. I'll probably do a lot of editing and cutting and fast forwarding through some of the bits. And let me know if you have any questions. I hope you really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to Dephemerember and showing you some things. So that list is coming out today, so this video should be dropping on the 16th. So yeah, stay tuned. We got more Dephemerember stuff happening. And art with your heart. Have a great day. Bye.